What's up, guys? This is Alaina on Medea Gossip 411, and today I have
Justin Haire.
and we are going to discuss the book Medea. Alright, so first, Justin, tell me, what did you think about this book?
It was okay and all, but I personally thought it was boring.
Boring? How did you think this book was boring? Did you really read it?
Yes, I did. I did not use Spark Notes.
Oh, okay, right. I believe you, kind of. So this was a crazy story, right?
I know, those plot points though.
I know, right? Okay, so like the first, I guess she found out, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be a cheater, at least be a secret about it.
I know, right? Sucks to be him.
Sucks to suck.
Okay, so what about this plan? She came up with a plan to kill, like, everyone, right?
Yeah, I reckon that's what you're gonna do when you're crazy.
I guess somebody forgot to take her Midol that morning. Anyway, so she asked Creon if she could stay an extra day, right? Or was it 2?
I think it was a day.
Okay, so Justin, what did she do in that day?
Well, in that day, she got her 2 presents to give to the princess. She killed the princess, and then killed her kids, all in one day.
Oh, nice. Yeah, great. See, I can kind of get where Medea was going with the whole present gesture, but she's just crazy. What the heck? She gave her, what did she give her? A crown?
A crown and a dress, both poisoned.
I know, right? And so when they put on the crown, or when the princess put on the crown and the dress,
the dress just swallowed her.
I know, it just like ate her alive. What the heck?
Poor old dad, Pops here, came over there, tried to give her a hug. He got ate too.
Oh well, sucks.
2 suck.
So we said Medea was crazy and all, but what kind of woman kills her own children?
Medea.
I know. So she stabs them.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty terrible. I reckon she didn't want Jason's legacy to be left on, but who killed your kids just because of a legacy?
Well, yeah, that, and I just think that she wanted him to be really unhappy, too, you know, because I guess, I mean, I don't have kids. Hopefully you don't either, considering we're both only 16, but...
Yeah, I mean, I reckon you don't really know unless you're in their shoes, but as a person, I don't think I could bring myself to kill babies.
Oh, no, me neither, especially because they were 2 young, beautiful boys.
Yeah.
So I guess that brings us to our next point, her great escape.
Yeah, I know, it's bad enough she did all these things, but she got away with a slap on the wrist.
I know, and who flies away on a floating chariot?
I reckon if you have the grace of the gods, you can do anything.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think it's bad that the gods even let her bury her kids up there in the heavens.
I know, I totally agree. I think that anybody who can do something like that to that extreme and not feel any sort of remorse for it should just go straight to... So we've talked so much about the plot, I guess we should probably explain the characters, Justin, for the people that haven't read the story.
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay, so Medea is the lady, crazy woman, that we've been talking about.
Yeah, she does a bunch of terrible things, but it turns out she was actually a pretty sane woman before all this went down.
So she was a sorcerer and a princess, right?
Yeah, but now let's talk about the man who caused all of this, Jason.
Oh, Jason.
Cheating little self.
No. I guess there's a lot of Jasons in this world.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Good thing we don't have a bunch of Medeas.
Yeah, I know.
But Jason was kind of like the man in charge because he got the golden fleece, right?
Yeah, he did, and back then the golden fleece was like taking it to everything.
Especially Medea's heart.
Yeah.
So, Jason cheated on Medea with Creon's daughter.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up considering that was the king's daughter of the place they were living, Corinth.
I know, right? And if anybody I would cheat on, well, first off, I wouldn't cheat on anybody anyway, but if I were, I definitely wouldn't do it royalty.
So let's talk about the king himself, Mr. Creon.
Oh, Mr. Creon. He had a rough time, didn't he?
Yeah. I reckon it all started when he decided to kick out Medea, but...
Well, see, it was his own fault for giving her an extra day.
Well, I reckon you don't really know when somebody's going to kill kids and kill your daughter and then kill you.
True, and you do have to have some sympathy for some kind of people. So I guess you could say that Creon was a nice guy, right?
Yeah, I reckon.
But he did threaten Medea, so there's both sides to the story.
Sitting on the fence, kind of.
Yeah, I guess. Even though the story was kind of, well, really crazy, you could get some things out of it.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of themes in the story.
Yeah, well, I think one of the biggest ones would be unbridled desire for revenge. I guess you could say it has its consequences, because when you're so mad that you don't feel any other emotion, which I guess could go into blind passion can subdue all other emotions, because when you're so angry, you make your actions with anger.
Also, kids do suffer for their parents' sins. Just because Jason was a cheater, both of his kids got killed because of his wife's anger.
Right. So it's not like they're cheaters too. I think that they should have been taken somewhere else while Medea calmed down.
Yeah, it was nobody's fault except Jason and Medea's, their parents.
Yeah, and here's one more, that human beings are responsible for their own misfortune.
That is 50-50 true, because sometimes if somebody dies, you don't really have any control over that, and that could be a misfortune to you, but also...
True, if you kill somebody, that's your own misfortune. So I guess it's kind of like harmonizing there, Justin. I guess it's kind of like a win-lose, win-win, lose-lose situation.
Yeah, so all of these themes tie into the story very well.
Yep.
A major thing I found interesting about the playwright Euripides was his idea of tragedy was completely different from others. Others thought people getting killed was tragic and sad, but Euripides took it to the next level by having kids get killed. I guess people really weren't kidding when they said he was one of the darkest playwrights.
Yeah, no kidding. But see, he also focused on psychological motives instead of other things that people would think that Greek dramas would be based on.
Yeah, he made them based off of rage and high emotions instead of, oh, I love you and you love me too.
That and the violence thing, like, even though Medea was pretty crazy.
In wars and...
Yeah. So we're running out of time tonight on this podcast, so thanks for listening, and I hope you come back on the Medea Gossip 411.
You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You never take advice.